Good afternoon. I am Renu Thaplial from Tech Counsellor. Welcome to all audience and participants to this international training and internship program on opportunity for R&D and tech-driven startups. We have started the program on 20th June and now we are moving toward closure of program. So far we have done 17 webinars including hands-on practical sessions on various domains. We are very much thankful to all experts. This program is organized by Tech Counselor and Tulas Institute in collaboration with Krishna Institute of Medical Science deemed to be University Maharashtra. We are thankful to our sponsor Uttarakhand Technical University and TQ. Also thankful to our knowledge partner Yuvayana Track and Craft, Boudik Venture, Ramanujan Academy of Science and Technology, Swachh Neer, and to our CSR partner Kaviraj Foundation, Rights and Seva. We are organizing this program under a virtual network of Indian AVNI, an initiative of Tech Counselor. Today we have two live sessions back to back. One on opportunities on solar and renewable for green tech and sustainable future by Dr. Sunil Semwal, Associate Professor and HOD at Tulas Institute, and another expert on role of technical association in innovation and entrepreneurship by Mohan sir, who is the Chair-ACM Chennai, former editor IEEE and ICPE consultant with over 4 decades of experience in ICP domain. Now handing over to Mr. Mukesh for a brief introduction of Dr. Sunil Semwal.
Yeah, thank you, Renu. Thank you for starting the session and for giving the brief intro about the program. I hope I'm audible to all. Welcome, sir. Welcome to all the audience. And today we have Dr. Sunil Semwal with us, who will speak on renewable solar and on various initiatives of the governments toward this domain. Dr. Sunil did PhD in Advanced Metering System from Graphigara University, Dehradun, and his ME from PEC University of Technology, deemed university in 2008. He's having more than 12 years of teaching and research experience with more than 27 publications on peer-reviewed international journals. He's holding several patents on indigenous technologies. He has also guided 50 plus UG and PG scholars on their dissertation work. Also, currently he is working as an associate professor and head of the department in electronics and communication department at Tulas Institute, Dehradun. Some of the key projects he has handled includes FDP on virtual instrumentation and signal analysis using LabVIEW, which was funded by TCube and EICT. Design and implementation on multifunction power electronics interface for renewable energy sources, and development of solar energy harvesting system with maximum efficiency. Smart grid computing using recommender system to predict LCA using these all projects were like funded by the TCube. Also, he has received fund from the AICT under Prerna scheme for execution of Prerna scheme to prepare SC/ST students for the higher education. This project was funded by the AICT. Dr. Semwal has been holding key role and responsibilities toward fostering the startup ecosystem in Tulas Business Incubation Center, and is also a mentor to Atal Incubation Center, New Delhi. I'm very much thankful to you, Dr. Semwal, for accepting Tech Counselor request to be an expert for the session for the session and to deliver an interactive talk on opportunities on solar and renewable for green tech and sustainable future and government initiatives, as well as for actively supporting us for the program. I'm sure that this program, which has been formulated with your kind support toward fostering a startup mindset among students and professionals, will open new dimension horizon and will encourage them to innovate, and they will have an opportunity to explore into the domain for their entrepreneurial journey. Welcome again on behalf of the whole team, and requesting you to please take the session forward. Before you start, sir, I personally thanks you for your kind support toward making this possible with this program, and I request for you to take over the session now, sir.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you, Renu. Thank you for your kind support and encouragement. Dear participants, today's presentation topic, I little bit change this topic in opportunity in renewable energy management, and the funding options for startup and research projects. I, Dr. Sunil Semwal, Associate Professor and Head at Tulas Institute. With this presentation, I want to attract the attention of participant to Indian energy status globally and in country. What progress we have made so far, what we are going to achieve in near future till 2030, the government initiatives, the sectors and the opportunity for the startups. This will be my key outline for this session. The presentation I have segregated into three parts. The first part, I will introduce you with the renewable energy, the government initiatives, status globally and in India. Then I will come to energy management part, how we can manage the energy efficiently. And then I will come to the last part, which is funding options. In this picture, uh, we can see that the energy consumption per capita in the world by the leading countries. We can see that India Indian status is not even comparable to the other country like Canada, China, United States, France, and other leading country. With the compare of other country, India's per capita is very less, and this this is less even the half of the world average. The world average is around 2674 kilowatt per year. Actually, the per capita, we find out the total generation divided by the population, and we find the per capita energy available for per person basically. This is in kilowatt. You can see the sequence from China to France. This sequence is the China is the number one power generator. Second one is in United States. Third one is India. But we can see that the per capita consumption is very less in India. So we cannot say this is a good thing for us that we have consuming very less energy. Even if this per capita consumption is the symbol of prosperity, it means that it shows that how much energy is available in country to run the organization, to run an agriculture, and to run the industrial infrastructure. So in this term, we are lagging. We are lagging even lot of country. We stand 141th place out of 208 countries. So our condition is very poor in per capita energy consumption. This is because of the available energy. The available energy in terms of our population, the available energy is very less. So the government initiative is to increase this per capita energy, and we want to make this at least equal to the China, so that we can support our industry infrastructure, we can support our organization, we can support our residential consumer. The next slide is the renewable energy share of leading countries in world. Why I am coming to this renewable energy part? Because this is the hot issue in, and we can say this is the future for energy. here we can see that India has like comparable to the other countries like China, United States, Russia. We are comparable. It means that it shows that we are doing good in renewable energy sector. We are continually increasing our renewable energy sources. We are getting more power from renewable energy sources. So this graph shows the government initiatives, government motivation towards the energy sector. So we can see if you can check it on Google. A lot of countries in the world are totally dependent on renewable energy only. No coal, no hydro, no fossil oil is used. So this is good for environment. So we are like leading this thing. We are coming here. We are increasing this year. Now, this is the main picture. This is showing the internal status of India. How much energy we are using from different sources. So, in big pie chart, you can see that the total consumption of power, is nearly equal to the 365 gigawatt, and we are generating 56% of our energy from the coal only, and rest from the other sources like renewable, nuclear, hydro, gas, and fossil oil, diesel, like, and renewable part is only 23%, around 23 and 24%. The data is, I think, 6 months old, and India is targeted 460 gigawatt renewable power generation capacity by 2030. Currently, we are generating 83 gigawatt, and we are thinking for 450 gigawatt by 2030. This is in a report at the MNRE website, and we can also see this renewable part, which is 83 gigawatt, segregated in different sources. Like solar has 81 gigawatt, which is 9% of the total generated energy, which is 365 gigawatt. Wind is 10% of the total energy, and similarly hydro, biopower, and the waste power. My focus is the solar, because the solar has huge potential. Now, this is the good news. Government of India allocated 22,000 crore in renewable sector in this union budget 2021. This is a huge step, because in the previous year the budget was around 5,000 crore or 4,000 crore. You can see from this graph, last 5 years the budget was like around 4,000 crore or 5,000 crore, and then government suddenly jumped to the 22,000 crore. Why? Because renewable energy is the future of world, and this 22,000 crore is a huge step, and this huge step is break down into different part, in which solar is consuming 10% of that budget, wind is consuming around 6%, 1,299 crore. There are some other schemes like Kisan Urja Suraksha, 700 crore. Gram Jyoti Yojana, 4,500 crore. Similarly, integrated development scheme, improvement of power system, electric vehicle infrastructure development. This is a very hot topic in current scenario, and in this presentation I haven't covered this part, but later on in some talk I will definitely cover this part. Power system development and other sources development like biomass and green corridor, small hydro, and like that. So my focus is on the solar. Solar is consuming 10% of the total budget, and this is used. And we can say that the 10% of allocated budget is for solar, but this Gram Jyoti Yojana and the Kisan Urja Yojana, it will cover on this. It will cover through solar only. So you can add this amount on this solar part. Then the solar part is going to be used. So this is the scope of solar energy in India. So the scope is very huge. Currently, the solar generation is around 31 gigawatt, and this will be 200 gigawatt by 2030. So we are almost making 6 times or 6.5 times of the current generation. And Indian solar potential is greater than 10,000 gigawatt, and the wind potential is around 2,000 gigawatt. So you can think the potential of solar energy in India. So we can depend on solar only if we fulfill this requirement. So if we cover all the area which is allocated by government from this solar panel, then we can generate this much amount of power, and this will surely benefit for our industry, our residential consumer, our organizations. So to cultivate this huge potential of solar, we need a lot of startup and ventures. So our aim at this total this internship is to promote the startup. So I want to attract your attention towards these technology which are associated with solar. So these are some startup ideas which can be explored, like solar water heater and solar panel, solar lighting, solar cooker, solar agriculture pump, household solar panel installation, commercial solar panel installation, solar cell manufacturing, solar inverter manufacturer, solar power consultant, solar plant operation and maintenance, and solar plant cleaning services also. So these are few, but the list is very large. These are some possible products for startups. If we categorize these products according to the different category, then household solutions are like home lighting system, home appliances, solar lighting system, solar lighting, community service like street light, like microgrid, nanogrid, picogrid, irrigation pump for agriculture, institutional solution like solar power plant on the rooftop, and grid type solar roof plant. This can be the solution for the near future. One of the most common startup idea, I can say, for the solar installation. So we can install the solar panel at a residential or commercial place, and this can be a on-grid solar installation and off-grid type of solar installation. In on-grid solar installation, we need a bidirectional energy meter, which can measure energy when we take energy from grid, and if we have excess amount of energy, so we can sell out the energy to the grid. For this, we need a bidirectional metering system, and similarly off-grid solar installation system. In this system, the the solar grid, the solar panel is not connected directly to the grid, but the total energy is consumed by the particular residential or organization. So this can be a good startup idea. Next startup idea is the solar inverter design. Huge scope in this type of startup. Need research and development. So any electrical guy, any electronics guy can do this thing and start his startup. A small manufacturing unit is needed. So mechanical guys can tie up with electrical guy and start doing this thing. And both type of inverter is needed for this solar system, on grid and off grid. Both have huge demand. The solar inverter basically this is different from the ordinary inverter. This inverter can easily switch onto the grid supply as well as the solar power supply, solar panel supply, and this switching can be done using your power electronic circuits. Lot of converter topology, inverter topology is needed. So this can be a good startup idea. Solar plant operation and maintenance startup. This can be done, and this is a very promising type of startup idea. In this, as you know that the solar plant will increase as we are going to increase the renewable energy share in Indian energy system. So solar plant will definitely number of solar plant will definitely rise, and the maintenance of those solar plant and the maintenance. Hello, I'm audible. I'm audible. Mukesh.
Yes, sir. Audible to me, sir.
Okay. Oh, there is a sound in my mic, so I thought that I'm disconnected.
No, sir. You're
So
audible to me.
okay. So this is a very good and promising type of startup. We can go for this by actually the solar plant need lot of maintenance. Uh, we have to regularly check the parts and the mechanical system, the direction of the solar panel, and the battery segment. So this type of startup can work. Energy optimization startup. In this type of startup, this we are optimizing the available energy, so we can like use this energy efficiently. And this type of service is mostly the software based service where we do some AI algorithms and then optimizing the available power, and SCADA and the power plant system is used in this type of startup. The energy optimization, I'm extending this part to energy management. So this is the second, you can say, second part of my presentation. Energy management is the process of monitoring, controlling, and converting energy in a building or an organization. And we have why we are going for energy management, because we have to meet the demand. So we need to increase the supply. So supply we can increase by increasing the power plants. Good. If we increase the power plant, it will affect the economy. You are investing a lot of money into the power sector, then other thing also suffer. So the aim of energy management is to use the available energy efficiently. So we don't need a new power plant or new investment. We need that, but in gradual manner. And energy management will play a crucial role. Why? Because when we save energy or optimize the energy or manage the energy efficiently, then we can reduce the carbon emission in the environment. And our ultimate aim in any technology, our ultimate aim is to reduce the carbon footprint into the environment. And as you see, the last line in my slide, in 200 years, we have inspiring excellent release in the atmosphere, the carbon that will take nature 600 million years to renew. So this much of carbon we have already released into the environment. So if we go for uh, to reduce the demand and supply gap, we have to see the energy management part also. And in this part, lot of startup or lot of ideas are there. So why we control and conserve the energy? Because the energy cost is rising day by day, so it becomes essential. So if we use the available energy efficiently, then we can reduce the cost, reduce the carbon emission. As I told you, the electricity comes from the power plants, and most of the power plants, as we shown, as we show you in first slide, the first third slide, the coal power is almost 56%. So the energy we are consuming, most of the energy is coming from the coal. So when we use energy efficiently, then it will automatically reduce the carbon emission, reduce the risk. It is reduce the risk to the price hike in the future. Important to make any organization profitable. If we use the available energy efficiently, then surely we will reduce the risk of the price hike in future. So these are the reason. These are the reason why the energy management become important. How to manage energy consumption? So there is a steps to manage the energy consumption. First one is metering. So we have, and every step you will find a startup idea. Surely measure our energy consumption and collect the data. So first, the data is collected. The hourly data is collected from any residential or any organization. We collect the hourly data. We do analysis. Analysis part means data analysis or data science, whatever we can say. We apply that analysis things in this on this data, and we find out some information like in this particular time we are using a lot of energy. This type of appliance is not working fine, consuming more energy, which can make a harmonics also. And then action, like we find out the problem, then we target the opportunity to save the energy, okay, and track your progress. And for day-to-day feedback, we can track the progress that have I save some energy or not. So we can go for this energy management part, and we can think that can we design a device, a display at home, which can give you the hourly basis data consumption record, so that you can analyze that data. Oh, this today I have used uh, more energy, so you can tend to reduce that part. Actually, what happens when customer or any person see that how much he did, then this is the feedback for that. Right now what we do, we blindly use all the appliances, fan and all these things, and at the end of the month we got the feedback, okay, you have used this much of amount of energy. But if we get that data on hourly basis or day-to-day basis, then surely we will tend to save the energy. So to achieve the energy management, reliable operation of power grid is primarily depend on perfect balancing between supply and load at the each given time. So basically, what is the motive of energy management is the load and demand balance should be maintained at each time. So for this, we have a term which is called DSLM, demand side load management. What is this demand side load management? Demand side load management is the process of balancing the supply of electricity and load by adjusting or controlling the load rather than the output, the power station output. So this is the consumer part. Actually, in this process, we have a certain amount of available energy, we have certain amount of the load. But what happens in peak time? Peak time means at the evening time, we can say 7 to 10. The demand is rises because all we are using all the appliances at home. So the demand is rises, and when this demand cross the supply, then uh, you can see that a blackout is happen, cutoff is happen, or sometime the demand is too much and grid is also failure. The grid can be failed. So to balancing this thing, we need this type of scheme, demand side load management. So in this scheme, what happens? We use some certain algorithm, certain system that the we use a certain system and reduce the demand according to the supply. So this can be achieved by directly intervention of the utility in real time. By the use of the frequency sensitive relay, we can trigger the consumer's circuit breaker. So we can off the appliances which are not needed in real time, or we can use special tariff to influence the customer behavior. The, the both triggering the circuit breaker and using special tariff to influence the customer. These are the energy management schemes. So you can see in this diagram, we have two schemes. One is dynamic pricing, in which we have different pricing for different time, and automatic load balancer also. So in first scheme, dynamic pricing, what we have the different price of electricity at different time. We have different pricing. Like in peak hour, the price of electricity is very heavy, and at the night, after 2 a.m. the price of electricity is very low. So what happened? The customer always try to reduce his bill. So he will use his appliances in different time, not in a peak time. Actually, what happened in peak time? The price is high, so customer tend and the load will shift to different time. So this dynamic pricing is very successful. Lot of pilot projects are running on this scheme, and and we have seen that the demand and supply gap is reduces by this dynamic pricing. Similarly, automatic load balancer. In this automatic load balancer, we have different type of load like brush load, regular load, or baseline load. Baseline load is a very important load type of load. We are not changing the state of that load, but like the bus load or like a luxury type of load, AC and all, this we can uh, off during the peak hour using this automatic load balancer technique. So what happened? Using this technique, we reduce the energy consumption into the peak time. Startup opportunities in energy management. First is smart meter. All the uh, demand side load management schemes uses smart meter. Right now at home we have a ordinary meter, which is, we can say, this which passive meter. We just collect the data of energy consumption. But a smart meter is like, this is a bi-directional type communicator, and it records the consumed data. It can identify your appliances even, and this smart meter is connected with DSLM, can switch on or switch off your appliance at the peak time. And for that, you have to register your appliance as a luxury appliance, as an essential appliance, as a non-essential appliance, like this. And this smart metering system also, in this, the algorithm fitted in this smart meter is also implement the dynamic pricing. Also, is the dynamic pricing part is stored into the smart meter, and smart meter is always connected with the utility company which is providing the electricity. So uh, the smart metering part, we have lot of things to do. We can make our own smart meter. We can go. We can design the technology for this smart meter. Similarly, theft detection. The theft detection is a very common problem in India, and we can use uh, a smart meter to prevent this theft detection. And we can see that if we able to design this type of smart meter, this product will surely break all the record. Device identification, we can go for device identification. We can make a smart meter like this, that is able to find out the what type of appliance we are using in the residential house. Actually, this identification part is become very important, because some appliances with the time, some appliances like uh, producing more harmonics, and that harmonic will create problem and degrade the power quality and power factor. So by using this technique, we can identify those appliances, and we can remove those appliances and or repair that type of appliance, and through this we can go for a better power factor or better power quality. Energy use a display. So as I discussed earlier, Then we can design a display device which can show the electrical energy consumption per hour, and even if we can segregate that energy into appliances, how much energy consumed by this particular appliance. This can be a great idea for the startup. The DSM, the demand side load management system, is a very dynamic, and its software and firmware update regularly. So AI, data analytics, machine learning technology can develop a better system. By implementing the new strategy, it is possible to increase the grid capacity, efficient, reliable power quality, reduce the carbon footprint, and increase the sustainability. Demand side management idea seen in a literature and new proposed strategy was presented. So lot of things is related to this demand side load management system. This energy management part is like emerging idea, emerging technology, and if we go for this type of thing, and in near future we will definitely get benefited, and lot of research need in this sector. And computer science guys can use AI, data analytics, and machine learning technology to optimize this power, to identify the data pattern. So this and DSM system will work very efficiently. These are some DSM projects in India which are running currently. You can see that in Maharashtra there are a lot of projects, and lot of projects in south side. I think in north side there is very less projects, and the target load of DSM right now is the agriculture pump load, the lighting load, the street lighting system, residential load, and industrial load. Means with the help of DSM, uh, the project in this project, the aim is to identify the possibility of DSM in these fields. Now I come to my the final point of the presentation, which is the funding options. Actually, this is very important topic, and every uh, enthusiast and every aspirant want to get fund from his project. So we have several type of funding agencies which gives fund for startup, for industry, for academic projects and research, and some CSR funds. CSR is also available, and that is mostly for the social cause or NGO. Uh, this is the very first type of scheme or funding option which is available in the Science and Engineering Research Board (SARB), which comes under the under DST, which is high risk and high reward research. The objective of this research is to fund the high risk and high reward research aim at supporting proposals that are conceptually new and risky, and if successful, expected to have a paradigm shift. So we want this type of scheme is for the paradigm shift level of projects. If we have some ideas related to the solar energy or energy sector, then we can go for this idea. Anyone can apply. A student even can apply through his institute or through his incubator. Second one is to promoting innovation in individual startups. So this is the MSME scheme called PRISM. In this scheme, this is the stage. This scheme is in a different stage. At the first stage, the applicant get 2 lakh fund for concept design of prototype or model design. Then if he qualifies first stage, after that he will get the fund for the fabrication, model testing, innovation and patenting, and that is around 20 lakh. In the third, the second part of this scheme is for the incubation or enterprises. That is for organization basically, not for individual. The first two part is for individual, and in this part the student can get the fund. The incubator or organization can get the fund of 50 lakh, and the prism R&D proposal. This is a different, and the fund available for this is 50 lakh. So we have different categories of scheme and different funding limit according to that. The third area in this scheme is green technology. So solar comes under the green technology. Even this energy management comes under the green technology and clean energy. So we fulfill for that one. This is the IPR awareness scheme. This is kind of like when you are ready for your prototype, then you can apply through your educational institute and get the 2 lakh of fund to apply for the patent. And this is a good thing. When you get fund from this scheme, you can apply for this scheme also. And we have other two, like industry and the society. There is different funding limit, 3 lakh and 5 lakh. This is the fund for especially for entrepreneurship. This is the new innovation and entrepreneurship development center. This is a scheme for an organization. Organization can apply for this scheme. The objective of this scheme is to spread the knowledge of this entrepreneurship and to support the entrepreneurship for uh, different area. And there is no funding limit in this scheme. Now the another one is technology development program. This is a very common and well known scheme. This under this scheme, the new technology will develop, and the technology must be in hardware, not in software. Actually, the software development does not fall under this program. So if you have any hardware idea, so you can go for this scheme. You can connect to your mentor and ask your mentor to submit your proposal under this scheme. Every year the TDP is open for 1 or 2 months, and you can easily apply for this scheme. Objective of this scheme is to develop the integrated technology, promote the modern or indigenous technology, modernization of the traditional technology, and enhance the quality of the existing technology. The funding amount for this scheme is around 25 lakh. And this is out of our talk. This is the dairy entrepreneurship development scheme. Actually, this is the scheme for if any agriculture participant is in this talk, he can be benefited from this scheme. This is the national. This scheme is supported by NABARD, and this is basically for animal husbandry, dairy, and fishery, or implement the dairy entrepreneurship development. Even a technology guy can apply for this scheme, and in this scheme we have different type of funding for different type of like if you want to buy animal, or if you want to buy a machinery and refrigeration system or a transport system, you have different type of funding. Even you can get 30 lakh or 35 lakh for your machinery, and you can get 10 to 12 lakh for your animals. So this scheme is a very good scheme. I especially include this scheme in this talk because you know that India consume double of the milk which is produced by the country. So we are producing the milk and consuming the double. It means that lot of fake or chemical type of milk is available in the market, and that is very hazardous for health. And you know that the small child usually drink milk, and if this chemical we are feeding to our child is very harmful. So you can go for this one. You can check this on NABARD website, or you can directly type the Dairy Entrepreneurship Development. And this scheme is surely you will get the benefit. This is a like day one profit type of startup, and lot of person are looking for this type of startup. If you are not very sound in technical, so you can go for this type of startup also, and a lot of funding is available. Now I move towards the different fund, which is company social responsibility fund. And lot of us are well like know about this fund, but some of us are like don't know about this fund. In India become the first country to legally mandate corporate social responsibility. So in India, we have regularized this, and we have say to our corporate that you have to involve in this corporate social responsibility. In this rule, 2% of their average net profit of each company have 2% of the net profit for the past 3 years on the CSR. So company has to spend his 2% of his profit, 3-year profit, to social cause. So the data in front of you can see that in 14-15, the total amount spent is red column. Number of companies who take this who take part in this funding is 16 in blue column, and total projects, that is in green column. So you can see that the fund is rising year by year. The number of companies is also rising year by year, and you can see that the total project also rising. And this year, 18,653 crore rupees are spent on CSR by 24,902 companies. In total, 30,619 companies. Okay, so sorry, 30,619 projects. So we also can see this funding option, but the limitation of this funding option is that we have to see for the social cause. If we have any idea that this idea can be benefited for society, so we should go for this CSR fund. These are some top 10 states taking fund from CSR. Maharashtra taking 2,846 crore this first, and then Karnataka 1,222 crore. And similarly, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and last one is this orange name is not mentioned, that is Telangana. So these states, these are all southern states and getting fund from CSR, because they are getting fund from CSR because a lot of companies are in this state, so they are easily get the fund. Now CSR fund in different development sector. So we can see the large part is the education. So companies are spending the CSR money on education, the education related projects they are looking for. Similarly, this one is second one is the this orange one, or you can say this orange one. This is the health and health and medicine type of sector. In this, companies are investing very huge amount. The third one is environment, which we are come under this category if we go for solar startup or energy management. Then we come in this category. And there is another category. We can also go for this. I think there is a technical issue. Hello, Mukesh.
Yes, sir.
Monica?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible to you?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear your voice.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible, participants? You can write the
Yes,
message.
sir. Hello. Hello, Semwal, sir.
Okay, fine. I assume that I am audible. Oh, thank you, Anu. Thank you. Okay. If you go for this energy management part, then this rural development and the environment sustainability, these are the two sectors in which you can apply for the CSR funding. The CSR funding you can apply through an NGO, or you can directly consult to the company. There, in every company, there is a CSR manager. In every leading company like ONGC and IOCC, these type of, or even in banks, you can go for CSR funding for bank. Bank also give you
Seven sir, can you hear
the
me?
support for your project development through this CSR funding. So these are a lot of options available for CSR funding. Some academic fundings options are
Semwal, sir,
available
can you hear me?
through UGC, AICT, CSR, CSIR, DBT, DST, ISRO, SERP, and MNEs. These are a lot of funding agency. You students can tie up with your mentor, with your professor, and support your professor
Semwal,
in
sir.
this type of in this scheme, so you can
Sir,
get
can you hear me?
benefited. If your professor get the project, then surely you will work with him in this that project. And when you work in that project, you can design your prototype, you can design your own device, you can implement your idea also. So this will be a win-win type of situation for students and mentor. So these are, I'm not going in the detail in these schemes because of the time limitation.
Sir, can you hear me?
Thank you. Mind which can conceive, can achieve.
Sir, can you
So
hear
I
me?
am Dr. Sunil Semwal. You can contact me on my email ID and phone number. So if anybody have any question, you can ask.
Sir, can you hear me?
Please, if anybody have any question, you can ask.
Seven sir, can you hear me? Seven sir, can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. I assume that you don't have any query.
Sir, can you hear me?
So next talk is by Dr. Mr.
इनको फोन कर दो ना
HR Mohan.
सर हेलो
Hello. Mukesh, shall we start? Okay. Thank you, guys. Uh, for- Hello, Mukesh. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear?
Yeah, Mukesh. You are audible now.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I think we were having some internet issues and connectivities over here.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah. So I'm very much thankful for your
yeah,
detail and like
yeah.
detail-oriented presentation, sir. It was briefly explained like how government funding can be utilized toward this startup on the solar and renewable as well as on these kind of platforms. Also, the way government of India has focused toward this FAME scheme and toward the solar and then toward the startup ecosystem. I'm very much certain that your brief presentation and the data you have presented on the session will definitely be helpful to all our audience and to the participant. And the way Tulas Business Incubation Center is working toward fostering the startup ecosystem will also be helpful to all the students. So with this, I am very much thankful to you. And now I request to kindly briefly introduce the next expert, Mr. Mohan sir. Uh, Handing over to you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mukesh. Our now next speaker is HR Mohan, sir. Mr. HR Mohan is an experienced IT professional over 4 decades of experience in ICT field. He has seen the growth of computing in India and has a part of IT community through various technical associations such as Computer Society of India, National President, Triple Computer Society, Chairman of Madras Chapter, Association of Computing Machinery, ACM, Chairman since 2019, and IEEE Madras Section Vice Chairman from 2015 to 17. Mr. Mohan is IIT Madras alumni. Is received his BTech degree in 2076. Sorry, in 1976. Sorry for mistake. In 1976 from IIT Madras till 2015, he had served as a vice president of system at India's national newspaper, The Hindu. Mr. Mohan is associated with IEEE, which is the large technical association. He actively served uh, and currently serving the AICT Computer Society. He has the chair of IEEE Professional Communication Society, vice chair of IEEE Communication Society and Technology, vice chair of IEEE Engineering Management Society, executive member of Ocean Engineering Society. He had also served as a vice chair of IEEE Madras section and chair IEEE Madras student activities. Mr. Mohan is also a senior member of ACM, the world largest computer society, and currently serving as a chairman of ACM India, Chennai. Mr. Mohan had received the prestigious 2017 IEEE Mega Leadership Award for his contribution in IEEE. So I welcome Mr. Mohan sir for his talk. Sir, Mohan sir.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yes sir. Now handovering mic to
Yeah,
you sir.
yeah. I have screen. Screen is also shared. Okay.
Screen is visible sir.
Okay. I'm
Yes sir.
audible, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Shall I start?
yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Sunil and the team Tech Counselor and Tulip University and all the participants of this intensive program on internship and entrepreneurship. In fact, I would like to congratulate the team Tech Counselor and also the Tulip University for organizing meticulously the entire program for almost 20 days, of course, with some breaks. And it has been extremely useful for many professionals and also the youngsters. So today's my presentation is going to be on role of technical association in nurturing innovation and promoting entrepreneurship. As you are aware that we are in the state of VUCA, that is volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, and complex situation. Global competition is going on, so there is a need for us to excel, more creative, innovative. Then only the most of the companies can survive in the world in the competitive environment. Most of the educational institutions, they are playing a very significant role in educating our youngsters in various fields which are being very much in demand all over the world. But to a great extent, what we learn from the institutions, they do not directly match with the industry's requirement. There are some gaps which the institution they find it quite difficult to address because of limitations of not able to change the syllabus as and when required, except few deemed universities where they got the provision to alter the syllabus and so on. So at that time, the gap has to be bridged. The bridging is able to be done only through the technical associations. So one such technical association is IEEE, which I am going to present how it is useful to the members as well as how it is helping entrepreneurs and creative people. So just to give you a brief introduction, IEEE is a non-profit and world's leading professional association as old as 1884. And it started as American Institute of Electrical Engineers and merged with Institute of Radio Engineers in the year 1963 to become IEEE. The IEEE aims to inspire, enable, empower, engage members in advancing technology for humanity. Through its global membership, IEEE is a leading authority on areas ranging from aerospace, computers and telecommunication to biomedical engineering, electrical power, consumer electronics, and among others. So in fact, A to Z of technical education, IEEE is involved. Members rely on IEEE as a source of technical and professional information, resources, and services. And globally, IEEE has got 422,000 members, including about 123,000 student members in more than 160 countries. In fact, if you look at the membership population, India stands at number 2 after US. IEEE has got 339 sections in 10 geographic areas, and we are in geographic area Asia Pacific, that is called region 10. And IEEE has got a lot of technical chapters, societies basically, and these societies, they serve the members with a specific interest. There are 2,430 chapters globally, and when you come to student members, there are 3,284 student branches in various institutions and universities. And IEEE has got certain affinity groups. These affinity groups, they bring together the members of common interest. And one such affinity group is entrepreneurship. And there are few more called young professionals, women in engineering, life members, and so on. We will be seeing them in detail little later. And IEEE is supposed to be very well known for its standards. IEEE has developed 1,250 active standards, and there are 700 plus standards are under development. And in fact, IEEE is the largest technical document producer in the world, and it has got 5 million documents in the digital library IEEE Explore, and it publishes 200 transactions, journals, magazines. In fact, it is said one third of the technical literature is published by IEEE. And IEEE is one of the largest conference organizer. Yearly, there are 1,900 conferences are being held in 103 countries, and they train more than 500,000 delegates. And IEEE membership is open to individuals by registering with the and some of the designated fields of IEEE includes engineering, computer science, information technology, physical sciences, biological and medical sciences, mathematical, technical communication, education, management, and law. In fact, you may be wondering how law and policy becoming one of the interest areas. In fact, when you come to innovation, patents are to be managed, and law and policy becomes very important society. And IEEE has got different grades of members, right from student, graduate student, associate, senior member, fellow. And IEEE members, as I was mentioning, they can choose any one of the 39 IEEE societies in specific areas. And we'll just briefly go through the list of societies. You can see the range of engineering and allied fields, it is serving. Aerospace, antennas, broadcast technology, circuits and systems, communication, components packaging, computational intelligence, computer society. It happens to be one of the largest with close to about 85,000 members. Consumer Electronic Society, Control System, Dielectric, Education Society, and Electromagnetic Compatibility Society, Electron Devices, Engineering, Medicine, Biology. Now, almost if you look at health and related medical technology, is relying very much on engineering and electronics. And so the IEEE has started this Engineering, Medicine, Biology Society, which has become very popular. Those who are doing the biotechnology and bioengineering instrumentation, they find it very useful. And Geosciences and Remote Sensing, Industrial Electronics, Industry Application Society, yeah, broad society which covers almost all the types of industries. Information Theory Society, more related to computational science. Intelligent transportation. Now you are all aware that autonomous cars and vehicles have become order of the day, and Intelligent Transportation System Society takes care of the. And instrumentation and measurement is one of the basic society. What we cannot measure, we cannot control. So IEEE gives a lot of importance for instrumentation and measurement society, the fundamental society. Laser and electro-optics, magnetic society, microwave society, nuclear and plasma, with the renewable energy becoming order of the day. nuclear and plasma is becoming very important. Ocean engineering. In fact, if you look at the wealth under ocean has not yet been ascertained. In fact, Government of India has sanctioned 7,000 crores for ocean mission to explore the wealth under the ocean, and it opens a lot of avenues for the people. Then you have power electronics, power energy system, product safety and engineering. Safety in engineering is very important. When you design equipment and allied products, the safety feature has to be taken. It is one of the fundamental society. All engineers are expected to be members of product safety. Professional communication. When it comes to uh, communicating what we have developed, the engineers are relatively poor. In terms, the technical people are not that good in communication. So to address the gap, IEEE has started this professional communication society. Reliability, as you know, that reliability is most important in engineering. So this is again a fundamental society. Robotics and automation, which is growing very popular nowadays because the robots are being employed in almost every field nowadays. Then signal processing, a fundamental society on which a lot of uh, products have been developed. Signal processing, becomes a fundamental idea. Then society on social implication. The lot of technology is being used by the people, and it has got both positive and negative impacts. And this social implication society takes care, particularly artificial intelligence. It brings in a lot of uncertainties, problems. So there are certain things like ethical issues. All these things are addressed in this. Then solid state circuit society, system cybernetic society, technology engineering management society. Again, the technologists over a period, they become engineers managing technology. So this gives the leadership qualities, an ultrasonic and vehicular technology. And some of the developed areas have been formed as chapters, and the technologies which are coming up, or at least in the nation stage, are called as technical councils. The IEEE has got 7 technical councils, like biometrics, council for electronic design and automation. Is becoming very important because India is a large country which is importing close to about 75 billion crores of electronics item, and our imports are likely to become 400 billion by the year 2025. So to become self-reliant, we need to develop a lot of electronic items locally. So the electronic design automation becomes very important. Then you have the superconductivity, nanotechnology, sensors council, systems, and council on RFID. And over and above, IEEE focuses on some of the new areas which give the future direction in the technology field. And if you look at it, a lot of new areas like 5G, blockchain, digital reality, autonomous systems, big data, brain interface, cloud computing, cyber security, digital sensors, particularly for IoT related thing, and entrepreneurship exchange, and global earth observing systems, green ICT. See, now the information technology is consuming almost about 4 to 5% of the global energy, and how to reduce the energy consumption so that we can control the climate changes. So, green ICT, Internet of Things, Internet technology policy. Internet has become ubiquitous, and everyone is depending on the Internet, and how the Internet policy has to be evolved over the period of time so that there is no digital divide. And we have life sciences is another large area where a lot of developments are happening, particularly bioinformatics and DNA technology and so on. Rebooting. Smart cities, again, globally the smart cities is becoming one of the major area. And smart grid, smart materials. And materials technology is changing. If you look at 3D printing and so on, there is going to be a lot of new materials have to be identified. These smart materials become one of the important development. Then you have software defined networking. So all of us know that networks are managed by hardware systems, but now entire thing is becoming software oriented. So not only networks, and if you talk about any technology, ultimately the software becomes one of the major factor to control transportation electronics, and ultimately we have the technical ethics. So these are the broad areas and IEEE is involved. So which means that it gives a feeling that almost in every field of engineering and technology, IEEE has got something to say. And IEEE serves its members in all these areas through membership and also through affinity groups. As I was mentioning, affinity groups are bringing members of the same interest together. One of the first thing is WIE, Women in Engineering. There are a lot of women are getting into engineering field. Almost about 27% of the people are employed in technical field, women. But whereas the leadership is not so much. So the IEEE helps them in improving the leadership positions and so on. Then you have another affinity group called young professionals. Young professionals are people who have graduated but less than 10 years of experience. So these people require a lot of handholding in the industry, because they may get, when they go to the industry after graduation, they find it a little difficult to adjust. So the IEEE helps them in various mentoring, as well as providing them support in some of the projects and so on. And also these society, particularly the technical affinity group, YP, helps them in entrepreneurship program. Those who don't want to continue in their employment, they can become entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurship programs, the YP is very much in. Then you have the IEEE Consultants Network. So there are a lot of IEEE members, who are consultants. They are available for supporting IEEE members through various forms, right from either in job or in research or in entrepreneurship, funding opportunities and so on. Then IEEE Standards Association, as you all know, that it is one of the popular objective of IEEE is to develop standards, and they encourage both academic, industry, as well as students get into IEEE Standards Association, and also involved in the standard development process. Then you have the life members. The life members are those who are retired from active service, but almost about 5% of the IEEE membership consists of life members. So close to about 20,000 life members are there. They are all available for mentorship through different forums. Then the most important thing is the IEEE Entrepreneurship, which helps in promoting entrepreneurship as well as innovation. So I just briefly explained about IEEE entrepreneurship. The mission of IEEE entrepreneurship is to foster entrepreneurial engineering and technological innovation for the benefit of humanity. If you look at IEEE's motto, advancing technology for humanity, IEEE believes in technology should be of use to humanity. So whatever technology you are learning or practicing, the benefit should reach the humanity. That is the main objective of IEEE. And IEEE has got a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurs. They can get the support from any stage of the process, entrepreneurship process, right from aspiring early stage to seasoned founder. So you don't have to be already established entrepreneur. Even at the early stage, entrepreneur can get help. Then technology professional who is able to spend a lot of time. There is the sweat equity is nothing but working by hand. So for that people, IEEE entrepreneurship cell helps. And it also supports vendors and service providers. It tries to bring the people who want to develop products with the vendors and service providers, so that the product what you develop can be marketed. And entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is one who is working within the organization. He is not outside the organization, but he is within the organization. So whatever product he develops, he can have ownership, and he becomes entrepreneur. And for him also it helps through various technical forums. And the various types of resources the entrepreneurship provides include, the first one is IEEE Collaborative. So all of us know that LinkedIn is one of the most widely used collaborative platform for technical field. In fact, IEEE has got almost similar to LinkedIn, but only thing is limited to within the member community of IEEE. So here it tries to bring together the members of similar interests. You can form your own community. Like, if someone is interested in artificial intelligence, he can form the community of artificial intelligence and then start interacting members of the same particular area of interest who are available in the collaborative platform. So this way, you are able to post any problems or share your ideas and seek guidance. So it is one of the most powerful networking facility which IEEE has created. Through this, people, enlarge their scope of vision and try to shorten their life cycle for any product development. Alliance of Consultant Network. As we have seen the earlier, IEEE has got a special interest group called Consultants Network, and these people try to help any entrepreneurs at any stage, particularly almost every country and every section. They try to have one branch of consultant network, and basically, it is trying to provide support through the consultants who are fairly experienced in the field of technology, and they will be helping the entrepreneurs and early stage product developers, creative people, in identifying the areas where they need to concentrate. Then you have the entrepreneurship portal. See, this portals become very important. It is again, yeah, portal gives lot of facilities through which one can get information to move further. And you have entrepreneurship events, which we'll see it a little later. These events are focused for entrepreneurs, and they try to bring people together and create a common platform wherein you can exchange ideas and then discuss and deliberate, so that your doubts are cleared and you get some tips to move on. And videos and interviews. So this is another feature IEEE has developed. They conduct a lot of interviews with seasoned people who are the technology experts as well as the founders of major companies, major technical entrepreneurs. And some of the videos, they give insights on how they become entrepreneurs successful. And these videos, once you watch, you get inspiration. So this is another resource IEEE provides. And IEEE Entrepreneurship Founder Office Hours. So basically here it is, there are a lot of company founders, they come together and then they devote their time for mentoring. And people can fix like appointments with the doctor. The same thing, you can do it with entrepreneur founders office, and you can prefix your timing, and you can have virtual discussion with the people and then try to get their advice. Then global startup accelerator. So this is another important feature where lot of funding agencies, venture capitalists, angel investors, they are all available, but they are not very sure about what type of project they can invest. After all, the venture capitalist wants to maximize his investment, and they try to find areas where they can invest and reap benefit at a later stage. And IEEE tries to bring the people who have got creative ideas and venture capitalists together through this startup accelerator index. Then career center, connecting talent with opportunity. And then IEEE provides a lot of information for access to technical publications. After all, any creativity and development depends on developments in technology. One has to be familiar with that, and through access, it gives a lot of information to the people who are in the development path. And as I was mentioning, IEEE has got a lot of entrepreneurship events. They are called N3XT events. So if you look at it, next is the root word next means, the future. And then three indicate the entrepreneurship thing, three pillars of entrepreneurship thinking: ideas, innovation, and inspiration. So that's why these events are called N3XT events. And these events are valuable if you are an aspiring, early stage, and successful technical entrepreneur, transforming your educational ideas into inventions and applications. Those who want to transform their ideas as a product, so it is very useful. Interested in learning from conversations with founders. See, these events bring in a lot of founders and experienced people, funders, so you can able to network and inspired by visionaries, so sharing their stories. It brings in a lot of experts and visionaries to address the young minds, so you can get inspiration from them. Work for ecosystem communities, including incubators, accelerators, investors, and service providers. So these are the ways through which the entry next events are useful. And I just give run through a few examples of events recently held. Neurotech Entrepreneurs Workshop, Do Good Robotics Startup Competition. So it's basically, it focuses on robotics and Empower Billions Lives. So again, here, it's a community development project. So wherein a large conference people are meeting and then discuss about how the technology and new product can empower society at large. Then you have the project hobby or company. So you got ideas. So it could be a project idea. It can be someone will be doing as a hobby, or someone is very much interested in establishing a company. Here this event, try to nurture, identify what type of application you can get into, whether it will remain as a project or it can be a hobby or a company. So this is a deliberation platform. Then you have small business insights, how to establish small businesses. So this is another forum meeting. Then we have entrepreneur bootstrapping basics. So bootstrapping in the sense that, to start entrepreneurship, you need to get familiarized with various things, right from legal issues, company formation, funding formalities, and basically marketing. And so all these things are discussed at these forums. So this way, the IEEE provides a platform for people to come together and then learn. And IEEE gives a lot of information through its entrepreneurship monthly newsletter. If you look at the themes, if you see the themes of this newsletter, they are all related to entrepreneurship, innovation from nation to nation, how the innovations are varying from across the countries, recognition IEEE in entrepreneurs. IEEE recognizes the new entrepreneurs, try to promote them, make them visible throughout the globe, driving the next startup wave. Then where to find IEEE entrepreneurship next? Then entrepreneurship on a global scale. What is stored in for 2019? They talk about future technologies. Then evolution of entrepreneurship, how entrepreneurship has been evolved. Entrepreneurship around the globe. Then entrepreneurship focus beyond tomorrow. It is not only the entrepreneurship should be looking at the problems of tomorrow. No, it should be for a longer period and maybe lifelong. Then selecting first of the events, then gearing up for entrepreneurship, IEEE Smart Village Entrepreneur. And so these are the themes of IEEE newsletters, and every newsletter is worth preserving and get a lot of ideas. And over and above this entrepreneurship, IEEE support the student community and faculty through two humanitarian programs. One is called a Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology, which is known as SITE. Other one is Engineering Projects in Community Service, EPICS. So these are more focused at the student level, and at the same time, they encourage the students with the support of their faculty member to get involved in the community development projects, and sustainable solutions are being sought after. And mission of IEEE site is to bring network all the IEEE volunteers around the globe and serve the unserved communities in local organizations to leverage technology for sustainable development. So basically, if you look at it, IEEE focus on sustainable solutions, and local volunteers are involved, and partnership with the government organizations, NGOs, schools, hospitals, companies, and so on. And volunteers are both effective and sustainable, continuous training and education. So these are provided by the site group. And the project funding from the site is available, and it is available for the purpose of incubating new humanitarian technology and sustainable development projects, localize and replicate proven site projects. See, there are projects which have been implemented in other parts of the world, which can be used in our local environment. So how to sort of transfer the project, technology transfer. So that is being done through side projects. Then technological skills, what you learn, how to convert into your product valuable through the hands-on experience. These side projects give hands-on experience and also gives provision for partnering with local government. The funding starts anywhere between $1,000 to almost $20,000. In fact, many of the student branches in India, they have received fundings in the order of 10,000 plus dollars. And I can quote a lot of the student branches in Tamil Nadu. They have received funding opportunities, one for IoT for agriculture, IoT, the adaptive technology for the blind people, and so on, and also self-help for the tribal village people. So the project funding varies from $7,500 to $10,000 they have got, and funding is available for a period of 12 months. Basically, because you need to formulate the project and then implement. So the period of funding is for 12 months. What they require is a team of 6 people so that it is sustained, and there has to be a project faculty to support the project, so that the long term, the students who do the project start and then they may disappear after they graduate, whereas the project should go on. So they want a faculty leader. Then the various stages in the such side project includes project report preparation, review, implementation, impact analysis, and continuing. So if you look at this, this gives indirectly the benefit of a later date you can become an entrepreneur, you can start your own company. So for which you get practice right from the student age. And then the another project is the EPICS, Engineering Projects in Community Service. It empowers students to work with the local service organizations to apply technical knowledge to implement solutions for community of unique challenge. And if you look at the focus areas of these engineering projects, access and abilities. Basically, they enable adaptive services, clinics for those needs, such as children with disabilities, programs for adults, and assistive technology. A lot of technology can be useful, right from supporting the blind people, people who cannot mobilize. So all the people can be helped by the technological developments. So one such project like dementia or autism, right from the young age, the students who are suffering from autism, they have been identified, and corrective solutions have been suggested. One such student was from the College of Engineering, Anna University. Today he is the chairman of the global site project. So he had the site project of IEEE globally. So what he did during his undergraduate program is identifying the autism of the school children, even the as early stage of 3 years old children. And his project was recognized as one of the best projects. It has been implemented all over the world, and today he is working in Amazon, and he has become the global chairman of site. So you can imagine how much encouragement IEEE gives. And education related outreach programs also helps, and particularly they want to promote the children of less privileged children to be educated in science, maths, technology, and IEEE funds the volunteers who are getting involved in this area. Then environment, alternate energy, recycling, and environmental sustainability. This is another very important area. And solar power is one focus area. And IEEE provides funding those who are involved in this alternative energy and recycling and waste reduction processes. Then human services like homelessness prevention, affordable housing, family and children agencies, neighborhood revitalization. So these are the areas, and the funding for this project related supplies and typically ranges from $1,000 to 10,000 per project. So a lot of support is given for the funding, and these funds are provided by the IEEE Foundation, which is a non-profit entity, philanthropic, and they get donations from philanthropic people from all over the world. And these funds are channeled for these projects. And then IEEE, they encourage students through various competitions, and even one is the IEEE Maker Project, provides opportunity to show the world the work that has been keeping you very busy. As a student, you learn a lot of things, promote tinkering with the technical projects, solve complex solutions and applications, which will be very useful for the society. And another one is the SS12 coding and making challenge. So generally the theme is education through innovation aims. Basically, it gets into the STEM education, and some of the projects what they have helped is agriculture and environment, healthcare, assistive system for people with disabilities, games and entertainment, clean water energy, disaster management, women and safety. And in fact, WIE organizes project competition, develop engineering solutions to the challenges faced by women in the society. In fact, almost 47% of the global population is women, and they have a lot of internal problems. And how to overcome these problems, this competition helps. And then you have the Circuits and System Society running a student design competition to find a solution to real life problems based on circuits and systems. Then international genetically engineered machine competition done by the EMBS Society, particularly focusing on life sciences. Then IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, which creates an open platform for humanoid project. Then Computer Society runs a general AI challenge competition. And IEEE MATC, it is a mobile application development contest run by the IEEE Computer Society. Then All India Young Engineer, all IEEE Young Engineers Humanitarian Challenges is a global competition. For every selected project, $500 is given as an award. Then Technical Awareness Program. Any technology, new technology, you can try to organize programs, and for which funding to the extent of $500 is given. And IEEE Extreme, which is one of the most popular global challenge, which runs for 24 hours, starts at the morning 5 o'clock on Saturday and ends the Sunday morning 5 o'clock. And it keeps the minds of people very much engaged, and particularly it's a coding competition very well recognized throughout the globe. And a lot of sections, they run the project competition, and then they support funding. In fact, IEEE Madras section helps the projects these are student projects, the BTech projects, to the extent of minimum 5,000 to 15,000 rupees maximum. So these are the various ways, the IEEE helps the projects. And then recently, I can give an example. IEEE has conducted the hackathon, particularly in relation to COVID situation. So the theme was how the technology can help in the COVID situation. The various areas of focus has been low-cost ventilator, low-cost mask, and then cost-effective, customizable, non-contact thermal scanning. So if you look at it, bioinformatics and surveillance, solution for contactless life, economic slowdown, how to overcome economic slowdown, law enforcement, personal protective equipment. So these are the uh, areas, the hackathon was held. This was supported by IEEE. And then some of the other initiatives of IEEE in the area of innovation and entrepreneurship is tie up with incubation centers. A lot of incubation centers are started in various universities, and IEEE has got a mutual MOU with them. And so that the IEEE members can work in this incubation center. They don't have to have their own facilities within their office or at home. They can weekends, they can work with the incubation centers and then get benefited. And understanding patent issues. See, this is one of the vital thing. You develop a new product, your copyright and patent related items, you're not familiar. IEEE gives a handholding through understanding patent issues, so that they help you in filing the patents, and also make sure that you own your product and sustain to get your profit, royalty, and so on. Then IEEE standard development, as I was mentioning earlier, it helps you to get into standard development process, so that right from beginning you develop a product which meets the global standards, and ultimately it becomes acceptable throughout the world. Then IEEE organizes a lot of internship for the student members. They have tie-up with the industry, and then they try to make the students undergo the minimum requirement of internship, Now AICTE has made it internship as a mandatory requirement of almost 6 months during the 4-year course, and IEEE support very much is appreciated in this area. And then IEEE helps the universities to start skill-oriented new courses and suggest them the curriculums. So because they bring the global knowledge and then try to impart this knowledge through the educational stream, then they try to help enhancing the industry and academic interactions and collaboration with foreign universities and institutions. See, they help you in bringing the experts from various international institutions to underdeveloped countries, even the countries like India, they try to bring people from universities like Stanford, Oxford, Harvard, and these are the areas where they happen to become the IEEE members. They spend their sabbatical time at the universities and then try to bring some sort of a technology transfer between their university and the local university. And then IEEE helps people when they develop a new product, you know, to experiment them and publish the results to the research publications. And another major area of support is a mentorship through the life member, consultants network, young professionals network, and WAE affinity groups. And last but least is that job and career portal. IEEE completely tries to maintain a portal by which they give the opportunities around the globe, so that the people not necessarily for entrepreneurship innovation, even the job market they give what is happening, and then they identify which are the new jobs are coming up and what is going to be the future in this particular area and so on. So this is an excellent portal. And I just briefly run through for a few minutes the major benefits of IEEE is keeping technically current, career resources and recognition, professional networking, which is very useful for innovation and entrepreneurship, and then continuing education, discounts, and humanitarian projects. These two, which are in red, we discuss in detail. And then keeping technically current, IEEE provides a lot of resources like ebooks classics. All free ebooks are available. Then member digital library access, potential magazine for the students, and IEEE societies, they have a lot of journals. Spectrum magazine is given digital delivery free to all members, provides opportunities in standards area, explore abstracts. That when I said that 5 million documents are there in the digital library, at the abstract level, it is free. And if you want the full text, nominal charges are applicable to the members. And then IEEE USA, they come out with a lot of ebooks on a monthly basis. And some of them, they share it free to the members. And for members, for other chargeable ebooks are priced very low for the members. Then proceedings of IEEE, again, very much required for a person who wants to create new products and the new developments which are being discussed in the proceedings through the conferences. Then you have the career resources include career access management, e-learning library, excellent library providing opportunities more than 1,000 e-books are available, 600 plus courses in the management is available, all free for the members. And then IEEE in engineering, women in engineering helps the women community elevation. Then my IEEE is a personalized portal. Then job site, as I was mentioning, resume lab. It helps a student member or even professional to create their resume, which is the passport to outside the world. The resume has to be perfect and it should be interesting to the employee. So this resume preparation IEEE helps. Ebooks on building your careers, student awards and scholarships and fellowship at every stage of your student life, right from the undergraduate to the research. It provides the awards in the form of scholarships, fellowships, and then travel support to attend conferences, free registration, and so on. Student competition, and then newsletters. And professional networking, as I was mentioning, it is the most important benefit of IEEE. It gives the initial thing is the IEEE email alias. And many of the email ID, when you subscribe to some newsletters, they don't recognize the Gmail ID or Hotmail ID. So they expect some professional looking ID. And IEEE gives email ID wherein you can have your name at IEEE.org. Like for example, my name is Mohan at IEEE.org. Immediately it gives a recognition that you are associated with a technical field, and the companies and all over the globe, it is recognized. And then the Google Apps. So entire Google Apps is free for IEEE members. In fact, the Gmail provides 15 GB of storage, whereas when you get the IEEE ORG email, you get 30 GB of storage and free access to all the Google Apps. Then IEEE Collaborative, which I explained you, is the member network. Then member network is another portal wherein you interact with the existing members. Local meetings, lot of local meetings which are organized are free for members to attend. Then online communities wherein you virtually meet your peers. Then continuing education has got a lot of educational activities. One major thing is the IEEE TV, which records most of the conference proceedings, right from the keynote addresses and things like that, which are exclusively available for the IEEE members free of cost. So sitting at your home, you can able to attend the conferences that are happening in New York or maybe in UK and any part of the world. So this is one of the best feature I can say that IEEE TV, then online education portal, and some of the societies they offer certification programs like computer society offers certificate for the software development, ComSoc certifications for the new fields like 5G and then software defined networking and so on. Then standards education, pre-university education programs, right from the pre-university how to impart the science technology programs, and try engineering field wherein a lot of new curriculum development, how to teach engineering student. So this is another important portal. Then teacher in service for faculty members, they provide a lot of support. And another thing is to support the continuing education, they provide travel grants for students to attend conferences. And some of the discounts, monetary discounts are given in the form of discount when you buy the Dell products, and conferences are 25 to 30% discount is there. Similarly, publications, you get discount when you buy the IEEE publication. And, another thing is that Wiley IEEE Press. IEEE publishes a lot of its publication through the Wiley, a large publisher, global large publisher, and IEEE members can get 30% discount. And these are some references where I have given. If you can go through these sites and get more details. I have just given a brief overview about the IEEE's role in supporting members in various areas and also creating entrepreneurship mindset and helping people who are innovative and creative. And with this few words, I would like to complete my presentation. And if you have any specific queries, I'll be able to answer depending on the time available. Over to Dr. Sunil.
Thank you, sir. We have some question.
Yes, sir.
The question is on your screen, sir.
Yes. Are there any provision for startup to join IEEE? Yeah, IEEE is open for anyone, right from student to professionals, a startup. You can, but only thing is at the individual level, you can become member. IEEE membership for India is $80 per year, and for students it is $27.
If any doubt, if the participant can ask question.
Thank you, Karma.
Sir, there is another question from Bhutan.
No, unfortunately, IEEE membership is not free, but a lot of newsletters are available free. You don't have to be a member of IEEE, but you can just subscribe to the newsletter, wherein you're being informed about the new developments happening. But if you want to access those information, you need to become member of a particular society. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Uh,
Thank you.
Sir, you have well introduced the IEEE, its structure, vision, council, and initiatives, societies in front of our audience. We are feeling honored to have you in our event, sir. And
Thank you.
the talk which you give is a very detailed, very insight about the IEEE, its initiative, and I am very surprised that IEEE is doing very well in towards entrepreneurship and the startup. Thank you
Yes.
very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, well, participants, we have tomorrow we have one session, and the last session is on 15 July.
Thank you, Dr. Samuel. Thank you to all the audience and to all the team. Thank you, Mohan sir, once again for taking out your valuable time and for briefly explaining about the IEEE and how things are working toward this wonderful goal and vision. Thank you again.